calling, you're
Okay, there
calling
you
the
go.
wrong cat. You're calling me.
Oh, too many cats. Why is she not answering?
It's recording now. She put it on record. It's good.
It's recording?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Sorry for that. It's okay. We're good. We're ready. We're going to try to make it short and sweet, get straight to the point. If you can take notes, please do so. Remember, this business is not just about what you know, it's about what you learn, what you apply, but most importantly, what you can teach so you can duplicate yourself, because that's the whole point of doing this, right? We have to be able to duplicate ourselves and build leaders, so they build leaders and so on and so forth. There's a domino effect, makes you a lot of money, you help a lot of people, you change a lot of lives, right? So this training, I'm hosting it with my dear friend Daniela. We're gonna go back and forward. Like I said, we're gonna get straight to the point. Today we're training on the science of sales without feeling salesy, okay? What does salesy even mean? I have a feeling that a lot of people are terrified of sales for some reason. They're like, what? Sales? I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to sell. When in reality, I don't know if you know, you've been selling since you were a baby. Okay? When you were crying, when a baby cries, what does a baby want? They want attention, right? What is a sell? It's communicating a need, triggering a response, and finding a solution. So every time you walk into a room, the way you walk, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you smile, you're selling something, right? Just by you going around, you're every time you speak to someone, you want your voice to be heard, you have an advice to give, you have an opinion, you're selling something all the time. So the point of me explaining that is because I don't want you guys to be afraid or have a fear of selling, because believe me, you're selling every single day. However, I want to go a little more in depth and obviously related to our business or industry. In this type of business that we're in, we're selling products, we're selling community, we're selling financial freedom, we're selling a lifestyle. The people that are going to buy from you is 30% people that like you, okay? That, they just like you. They like your personality, they like the way you are. The other 30% is people that relate to you. Okay? People that relate to you. How are people going to relate to you? By you sharing your story, by you sharing what you've been through, where you're at, where you're going, why you joined pharmacy, so on and so forth. The other 30% is people that look up to you and are inspired by you. Okay, so 30% of people that buy from you is people that like you. The other 30% are people that are inspired by, that relate to you, and the other 30 are people that are inspired by you. And the 10% that's left, that is pharmacy or whatever course you're selling, whatever, anything that you sell is that 10%. What does that tell you? That people buy from emotion. They're not actually buying into pharmacy. They're not actually buying into the product. They're buying how you're making them feel. How are you showing up on your social media? How are you showing up in person? Right? Kat was saying last week on one of the trainings that you can't be all out there on social media and then you go to work and people see you in person and you don't talk about your business or your products at all. It has to match, right? Like you know those people that you follow and then you meet them in person and it's nothing like they're on social media and you're like, who is this person? You don't want that to be you. You want to be your most authentic self. And Daniela, since I'm talking about the 30% and the 10%, and how are people going to find them through sharing their story, do you want to touch base on storytelling real quick?
Yes, storytelling is so important because at the end of the day, that is what, like, pretty much what I mentioned in our last call, like your story, the way that you show up, the way that you share on your platforms, like about who you are, that's what people buy into at the end of the day. And storytelling is one of the most important factors to the science of sales. How you tell your story, the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you show up, your consistency in how you do it. Like it all ties together and it really is a science. Like it's not just like post and pray or like, share a product and hope that you get a sale. Like it really is a science to how you're posting, how you're showing up, and how you're speaking about yourself, your products, your daily habits, like, and showcasing that every single day through not only your stories on Instagram, but like, what is your story of your life? How did you get started? Why are you here? What brought you here? What are the challenges that you faced? Like, there's so many different factors that really just make up sales coming into your wallet, PIs joining your business. It really is all about you and what you have to offer and how you share it. So it's definitely one of the big key factors in terms of the science of sales.
Absolutely, because once again, once you share your story and people relate to you, that is 30% of your clients, right? And I'm going to give you a few little steps on how to tell your story, because it's very simple. Your story shouldn't take you longer than like 1 to 2 minutes. And if you've never shared your story, practice, practice, practice. I've been studying network marketing for a long time, but lately a lot more, because I really want to add value to myself so I can add value to you guys. And lost my train of thought. But let me give you the tips on how to share your story. So you start by sharing where you were, why you decided to join, like what issues did you have, what problem were you solving by joining, where you are now with pharmacy, with whatever you're doing, and where are you going, right? People want to follow people with vision. Like I know where pharmacy is going, I know where I want to go with it, and I want to bring you guys with me. But by me sharing that I know where I'm going with the company, then people are going to trust you, right? But anyway, once again, remember, people buy from emotion. They're not really buying the product. People buy from how you make them feel. If you're sharing the skincare, instead of like, oh my God, look at this skincare, this product's so good, it's gonna help you with X, Y, and Z, the ingredients are blah, blah, blah. You can share something in the sense of, I haven't been this comfortable with my skin in so long. I'm just applying a BB cream and mascara and I'm out the door. I feel so confident using these products. Do you see the difference? Instead of just product, look how it's making me feel. I want you to feel that way as well. You're sharing confidence, right? That is obviously with the products, the same thing with the hair. Instead of like, look at this shampoo, look at this system, just show yourself like applying the garlic scalp treatment, or like my hair right now, I do have a treatment and I have the leave-in conditioner, and like this is my go-to for the gym. I just do my treatment and mask and I'm ready to go, a little hairspray, and I love it's easy as chic, but you see value and you're also making them feel a certain way. That is also with the products. And then if you want to touch base on what we have to offer with the business, then you can share the paychecks that we had today. Kayla, I don't know if you're here. That was so cute. You made me cry. Everybody has been so grateful on the chats because we got paid today. But you see what I'm saying? That's what you share. Like, oh my God, look at the momentum that we have. Everyone's so happy. It's payday. You know, it's groceries, it's gas. It's Kayla was sharing how this is helping her pay for the investment of her last house. You know what I mean? So that would touch base on emotion. And you have to have a clear message in what you're selling and who you are helping. Instead of saying, I teach women how to find financial freedom, you can say, I teach women how to monetize their social media by helping others find financial freedom without feeling salesy. Does that make sense? And I'm just talking about pharmacy, but in other case, you can say, instead of like, oh, I help people lose weight, you can say, I help moms who don't feel comfortable with their body lose pounds and get in the best shape of their lives without starving themselves. Does that make sense? So you find, who are you targeting? Who are your clients? Because you're not gonna sell to everyone, and you guys need to know that. You're gonna sell the people that are gonna relate to you when you were at the beginning, right? In my case, for example, I wanna help women that didn't think they were gonna achieve much, women that didn't believe in themselves, because that was me. Women that were depending on their husbands, and maybe that you don't have, not that you have to have a husband, but people that are struggling with money, because I wasn't struggling with money, but I didn't have my own, and I hated that feeling. So those are the people that I know, those are my clients. Like, I know those are the people that my intention anyway is to help those type of people, right? And maybe you have a different story, but you need to know who your ideal client is. So once you know, who am I targeting, who am I helping, who am I selling to, then you write it. Then what are you solving, right? And then at the end, how are you solving the solution to the problem? Does that make sense? So I help women, I help stay-at-home moms, I help women who want financial freedom monetize their social media without feeling too salesy. Instead of, I help women monetize their social media, or I can teach you how to make money online. Does that make sense? Okay, so obviously selling is solving problems, giving them solutions. And once again, we offer solutions through our products, opportunity, community. For example, I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. We have we have the business. I'm so tired of not having friends because I just became a mom. We have the community. I'm so tired that I've gained all this weight and I want to lose some weight. We have the wellness. Or I'm so tired of my rosacea. We have the skincare, right? So solutions. And then number three would be mirror match energy. Obviously, that comes with the science of what did I Google the other day that I was studying? How to be, I have to look it up. I'm gonna send it to you guys. But it was about the science of people, how to be the most irresistible person in the room. It has nothing to do with looks, okay? It's just your aura, your charisma, your body language, like all these little details that are very important in this business because at the end of the day, we are selling and we have to have, or which is my next point, or elevator pitch ready. You guys need to have an elevator pitch. I know that people get afraid of that, but the more that you say it, even if you have to record yourself a few times, practice it, look at yourself in the mirror, it shouldn't take you longer than like a minute or 2 minutes. But I have mine down. Like I know I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to be put in the spot like that, but I know that when I have to, oh my God, I've recruited people at elevators, Daniela, I don't know if you want to touch and add on that because I know you're really good at that too.
Okay, so I do want to circle back to a few things that you said. Like when it comes to your target audience, I could talk about this forever and just really understanding like who you're speaking to makes the biggest difference in your business. Because we've all heard the saying, like if you're trying to sell to everyone, you're going to sell to no one. And if people buy from emotion and if people buy from connection, then what is that connection piece that they are purchasing from? What is that connection piece that they are trusting in? Like, and typically what you're doing is you're sharing a part of yourself with people, right? So if you're a mom and you want to help struggling moms who want to be able to spend quality time with their kids while making money on the couch, like that's typically the dream that you want. That's typically the thing that you're working towards, and you want to help other women do that same thing. So when it comes back, it kind of comes back full circle because it's like the people that you're typically trying to help is someone exactly like you, right? Like I'm not going to try and help people who want to travel the world and make an income because I'm not doing that right now. That used to be my niche. That used to be something that I talked about, but I'm a mom now. My main focus is I'm a mamacita. My main focus is being home with my son and with my husband and making a financial income to contribute. I want to be the wife that cooks. I want to be the wife that cleans. I want to be the wife that also helps contribute to the bills. I want to be the wife that teaches my son his ABCs. I don't want to bring him to daycare. And there's no shame in any of that. You know what I mean? But like, I am such a traditional woman that it's like, okay, like I know that there's other women who probably want to stay home and want to take care of their kids and don't want to miss a single thing. So yeah, I'm going to contribute and I'm going to talk about those things and I'm going to like attract my tribe based on who I am. That's why we always say like the brand is you, right? So when Cristi's speaking about your elevator pitch, that's basically circling around to the same thing in the sense of like, if someone, just to put it in perspective, if you've never heard elevator pitch, if you get into an elevator with someone and they're just like, hi, and you say hi and you start talking, you literally maybe have 30 seconds to a minute before you guys have to get off the elevator. If you start talking, they're like, what do? You're not going to be like, oh, I sell beauty products. Why would you not say that? Because it's kind of like a dead end. There's nothing for that person to like get excited about or feel connected to or want to like know more information about it. But if you say something like, oh, like I teach women how to be confident in the skin that they're in by doing XYZ, or I teach women how to be financially stable and do XYZ, like depending on what your niche is, but you're teaching them something other than the product. You're talking about something other than the product or other than the business that they can connect to. That by the time that they leave the elevator, they're like, okay, I either need to follow this girl on social media, I need to get this girl's number, or I need to know more about her business because it's not just like, oh, I sell beauty products. Oh, I am in a brand partnership, right? So your elevator pitch is like almost you telling them what you do in a nutshell, but in a way that is going to be so relatable that they're going to be like, okay, like I need to know more. Who is this girl? What's your name? Do I follow you? Do I get your number? Like, how do I get more information about your business? It's your pitch to get that attraction factor to be like, oh, okay, that's what you do. This is cool, you know? So elevator pitches, don't stress yourself too much, but just like think of exactly what Cristi said. Like these are the people that you help. This is how you help them. And maybe this is the time frame you help them in, or you help them without doing X, Y, and Z. And that's basically what your elevator pitch consists of. And it's just that like quick little, this is my like one line banger kind of thing to like get people to pay attention to what you do. that's not like boring or, you know, kind of just goes over their head.
Yeah, I always like to say that I'm a mentor, I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, but I always do say network marketing though. I'm like, oh, I do network marketing. I do network marketing and I teach other women how to become leaders and mentors and gain confidence. They're like, that sounds so interesting. Oh my God, you'll be great at it. Oh, okay, yeah, what's your Instagram? And that's why you always have to, you know, compliment. I don't want to say flirt because my husband thinks that I'm a flirt, but I'm not. It's just my personality. I'm Latina. I smile at everyone. I say hi to everyone. I say buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. That's just me. But I always like if I see a girl and I like their hair or their shoes or their purse, I'm gonna compliment them. Like, oh my God, I love your outfit. So cute. Anyway, and to touch base a little bit on what you were saying, what were you saying about, oh, getting to know your audience? This is key. How do you get to know your audience? Guys, use the polls on your stories, okay? Number one, Instagram loves it when you use all the tools they provide. The emojis, the songs, the music, the reels, the TikToks, the live, all the things, but using the polls, asking questions to your audience. Number one, Instagram loves it. Your audience is gonna love it because let's be honest, people are out there giving opinions when no one asks them for anything, any opinion. So when you ask them for their opinion, they wanna tell you. So make a cute little picture, cute little Canva. You don't even have to, it could be blank, just with the question box, and say, I wanna get to know you guys. Why do you follow me? I want to get to know you. What kind of content do you want to see from me? I want to add value to you. How can I help you today? What can I teach you? And that way, not only are you going to get a lot of engagement because all of these people are going to answer you because people love to, you know, yap and just share their opinion. They put in their 2 cents. But you're also going to get to know your audience. You're going to see how old they are. You're going to see who follows you. Why do they follow you? What kind of content they want? How are you adding value to them? And once you get to know your audience a little better, then you know how to work with them better, right? Okay, another thing. It's very important that you guys know the 4-color personalities of network marketing is a really quick read if you want to get the book. But I've never read it. I just know it because I've heard so many trainings and now I know it by heart. But you do need to know their color personality because everyone is different. They do say that the best network marketers in the world are all 4 colors. I do consider myself 3 of them. I'm missing the green part. I don't think I'll ever be a green, but it's okay. That's why we have each other, right? Because we help each other out. But let me go over them real quick. So it's 4 colors. It's red, blue, yellow, and green. At one point when you're prospecting, you should touch base on all 4 of them very quickly. But when you really, really know someone, then you know how to speak their language because you know their color personality. And it's so much easier to close them that way because you already know them, right? So real quick, red is the personality. They want the title. They want to get on stage. They want the checks. They want to be the leader. They want to be the boss. They want all the money, all the success. And they, you know, they just want the title pretty much. Then blue, they want to have fun. They want community. They want the trips. They want the events. They want, you know, they just want friends. They're social butterflies, we call them, the blues. Then the green are the very structured people. They know numbers, they want ingredients, they want comp plan, how do we get paid? They want all the details. I love green so much because I need them in my life because I'm not a green. But I do believe that sometimes they overcomplicate things because they want to know everything before they even like make a dime or a dollar. I'm like, just start. We'll get there, right? So those are the greens, and then the yellow. I'm a huge yellow. Yellow people are people that want to help, they want to inspire, they want to make an impact, they want to, you know, do all the things. So yeah, once you know someone, you're close with someone and you know their personality, it's so much easier for you to speak their language. However, if you are prospecting at an event or on a call or whatever, or you don't know the person, make sure that you touch all 4 colors one way or another, right? Daniela, I don't know if you want to add on to that. No, you're good. Let me see what else I have through my notes. Remember that people don't remember facts, they remember stories, they remember how you make them feel. Once again, like Daniela was sharing, your story is someone else's survival guide. So share it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I know that Isa doesn't do it as often anymore, and neither do we. But back in the day, in our previous company, we would share our stories, I kid you not, like 5 times a week. Like anyone could tell you my story that knows me, and I can tell you Issa's story from the back of my, and so I can tell you Kat's stories too, because we've shared it so many times through reels, through pictures, through carousels, on our stories. We had to save us highlights. You want people to know your story because number one, they relate, they like you, they trust you. They're like, oh, she's just like me. I want to work with her. It's inspiring, number two. And number three, they're gonna trust you because they're gonna know, they want to get to know you, and now they see that you overcame X, Y, and Z, and now you're here, and now you have all this confidence, and you're posting, you're part of a community, and you're working online. And how amazing is that? Take people on a journey, even if you just started, even if you feel like, oh, but I don't know what to share, I just started, I really haven't done much with pharmacy. It doesn't matter. The fact that you were brave enough to join a business that you knew nothing about makes you so brave, and you're a business owner. So own it, like pat yourself on the back, own it, because this is scary and not everyone can do it. You know how many people that have all these followers and all this stuff, and I'm like, you would kill it, like you would do so amazing. They're terrified of joining. So the fact that you all join, and the fact that you're here on a, what day is today? Thursday at 1:30 p.m. learning your business, it's amazing, and you're so brave, and you should be so proud of yourself. Okay, I know we spoke about this last week, but once again, confidence equals competence. So that goes back to IPAs. You need to do the extra work that no one's paying you for at the beginning, that no one's seeing. And if you want people to see, put a little tripod on and record yourself working like I do. Kat always makes fun of my time lapses, but I love them. I'm a millennial, leave me alone. But listen, people want to see that you're working. That's it. People want to see that you're taking your business seriously. People want to see what you're doing. La gente chismosa. They're scrolling all day. They want to see, what is she doing? What is she up to? Is she really gonna do this? Like, is she really doing it? Yes, we are. We're doing it. We're out here at 1:30 on a Thursday. So people want to see that. So all that work that, you know, the personal development, your morning routine, believe it or not, that's important, right? You might not think it adds to your pharmacy business, but it does, because it adds to your life, and you're doing things that you promised yourself you were gonna do. So the personal development, the power hours by yourself, prospecting, all the calls that you do behind the scene, all the scrolling, you know, all the reach outs, like people don't see that type of work, but you do. And trust me, it's gonna pay off. And I think that's it from my notes. I'm gonna pass it on to Daniela. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know this. I mentioned it earlier. We've been working together for, you know, a little while, 6 years. We stopped for 3. But in my previous organization, Daniela was my number one every single month. I believe for like 2 years, she was my number one salesperson. Number one, okay? I had an organization of 15,000 women, and she was number one. So she's a sales expert. She's amazing. She's the sweetest. And I love that we're working together again, because we're going to kill it, girl. We're going to do it all over again. Take it
I
away.
love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Guys, can we type a 1 in the chat for Cristi? Because I just love the way that this woman speaks. She just pours life into us all the time. And like, she's so soft spoken, but yet so fierce. Like, such a beautiful, like, leader. And I'm so glad that like we've created her society so that we can all connect and everyone's learning from so many different leaders. And it's awesome. So thank you, Cristi, for sharing everything. You gave a lot of golden nuggets that hopefully you guys took notes on. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is more on the lines of stories, because yes, like reels bring people into your page. Yes, reels are going to find people that are attracted to like who you are and what you do. But your stories, once those people follow you, your stories is what nurtures your following. Your stories is what builds trust with your audience. Your stories is where sales are made. It's not from the reels that you're posting. You might get people commenting like, you know, send me the link, this and that, whatever. And you might get lucky if somebody decides to like, you know, go ahead and get started or go ahead and buy a product. But it's more so when you're in your stories and you're nurturing your audience and you're building that relationship with them, that's when they're like, okay, this Daniela girl, like, I like the way she speaks. I love that she's a mom. I love that she cooks homemade meals. I love that she does this, like, and she does this business. Okay, like, I need to look more into it. What's that product she keeps sharing? Like, there's the science of sales is found in your stories. Okay, so when it comes to stories, I talked a little bit about on our last training. Who was on our last training when I went over like the schedule? Type a 2 in the chat of a Monday to Sunday schedule. You guys remember it? I should see a flood of 2s right now. Okay, we got some people who are paying attention on that screen. All right, so with that, baby, sorry, with that schedule, there was like Monday motivation, Tuesday tutorials, Wednesday you're talking about the business, Thursday you're talking about transformations. Like there's a reason why that worked so well for me always. Okay. And I'll tell you the science behind it. And then I'll break down kind of like what to post in a day and why it works. All right. So Mondays, we were talking about motivation. What does this do? Every single Monday, people hate their Mondays who are going to a 9 to 5 job. People hate their Mondays at the fact that they have to wake up so early and leave their family. People hate the Mondays because it's like a new week is ahead and you have to go through it all over again. And it's like you're on the rat race cycle. Okay. So when you're spitting motivation and you're spitting that, you know, that energy where people are like looking up to you in your posts, they start to feel like, wow, like I love this motivational content. I love how she's speaking life into me. I love how she's making me look forward to my Mondays. Okay. Which is perfect. What you want to do is have people get invested into you, into your mindset, how you think, how you show up, the things that you say, right? Tuesday is when you're going to go in and you're going to talk about your products. You're going to do, you know, maybe tutorials about your hair care, tutorials about your skincare, how you do your makeup, you're doing your nutrition, you're dry scooping your recharge like Adriana, right? And people are going to be like, okay, like she just spit some fire motivation. So this is the business that she's doing that allows her to be home on a Monday. These are the products that she's incorporated in her life that allows her to love that Monday and talk so highly of it and be so motivated. Like that's okay, let me pay attention. Right. So then they start kind of dabbling into the products. And on Wednesday, when you start talking a little bit more about community or the business aspect or the things that are involved in what you're doing, they're like, oh, okay. So the products that she was talking about yesterday and the tutorial that she did, it comes with a whole entire community. It comes with a bunch of trainings. It comes with all this stuff. Like this is connected. Okay, this is interesting. Keep in mind while you're going throughout your Monday through Sunday, you're also adding lifestyle. I'll talk about that in a second, but they start to gain that interest. And then when you do Thursdays are probably one of the most important days in the week because Thursdays revolves around transformation. We are not in the business of transactions. We're in the business of transformation. Okay. This is not a transactional business. Yes, we want to make sales, but we want to help transform. So the more you focus on transformations and how you can help people go from A to Z, that's the key. So now when you start posting transformations, and it could be transformations about the hair care, transformations about the skincare, like my girl Gladys, her hair care transformation is insane. The regrowth, the thickness, like I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Sophia, her transformation for her skin is wild. Like she had so much rosacea, flare-ups, everything. And then her skin is like gorgeous. Like, you know, so showcasing those things, showcasing the products, people losing weight off of the, you know, the nutrition products, getting stronger, etc. Okay. That's one type of transformation. What's another type of transformation? Have you guys seen the Her Society chat today? Did anyone like pay attention to how moving it is to see people getting their bonuses, their checks, the way that this income is changing their lives, the way that it's making them feel, the tears that are being shed? It's a transformation and a half. Okay. And we're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars in that chat. We're talking $200. We're talking $500. We're talking $900. We're talking, okay, some have thousands, yes, but guys, like $250, that can catch you up on bills. That can pay, you know, your phone bill. That can cover your gas. That can cover your car insurance. Like it is so transformational to share that just by doing what everyone else is doing, their makeup, their hair, putting on a cute outfit, going out, doing X, Y, and Z, that you're getting paid from it and others are not. So that now when people watch your stories, oh, they're so motivated on Mondays. That's the product she's talking about. Wow, it comes with a community. It comes with trainings. It comes with all of this. And Thursday, whoa. So the products do that. So the business gives you this. This is the science of your storytelling Monday through Sunday. It's not, you're not just slapping up a post. There's a reason why it's in that order and why I've like literally, like I've taught this in my courses that I've created. Like I go over this like crazy. This is something that you know, like it works for everyone, but you have to obviously stay consistent with it, right? Fridays, fun day. Saturday's a free day. Sunday's a self-care day, right? But the science of it is to get people from this point to this point. Now they have that whole entire wide range of what you share in your business, what everything does, and they have that like wow factor. And the more you stay consistent, I know it might seem like a broken record to do the same thing every single week, but one week you're sharing about hair care, the next week you're sharing about skincare, like you're always changing it up, right? But the consistency of you showing up every day is key. Fridays are just like fun Fridays, like what you do,
Friend,
like
can you real quick just say the name and the word? I mean, the day of the weekend, like Monday motivation, Tuesday.
so yeah, Monday is motivation, Tuesday is tutorials, Wednesday is like business, like so falls under the range of community trainings, friendships, like anything that you're gaining from the business. Thursdays is transformation. Fridays is fun days. Saturday's a free day. You can feel free to post like whatever you want. And then Sunday can either be a reset day or it can be your self-care day. Okay. And then let's talk about like what a typical day looks like. So let's go over Tuesday, for example, as a tutorial day. You don't want to just post the tutorial. Okay, so there's the science behind every single day and how you should, you know, kind of work that into your day. Now, I do something very specific. You guys can feel free to mimic what I do if you either pay attention to my stories. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have been going through some crazy postpartum and I haven't been posting the way that I used to post, but I feel like I'm slowly getting my sparkle back and I have been on my stories a little bit more. So you will definitely be seeing a lot more of what I'm talking about. But let's talk about Tuesdays and what does that look like? What does this look like? What does a typical day look like in that Monday through Sunday science? Okay. You wake up in the morning. What's the first thing that you do? Maybe you drink your coffee. Maybe you make your aloe glow, whatever it is for you, you're going to share that. You're going to either take a video of you like, good morning, it's time to make the aloe glow with me. And you put your camera down and you do a cute little chopped up video. Cheers the camera. Boom, done. Okay. You're taking people on your morning routine with you. And you should do it every single day. Every single day is going to look different, but some sort of routine that you can take your people on so that they know what to expect. They're there for it. They're excited. Like everyone always messages me about my coffee. They're like, your coffee looks like immaculate. Like the machine that I have, the way the foam is perfect, the coffee dripping into the glass. Like they're so invested. They're like, what machine is this? What coffee is that? Da, da, da. Like people are asking me questions that have nothing to do with the business. And that's exactly what you want. You don't want just people asking you about your products or your business. You want people to build relationships with you off of things that you love, off of things that they like. And that is how you start building friendships, right? We're in the business of friendships. We're in the business of building relationships. And those friendships and relationships lead to sales, lead to beauty influencers, lead to business. Okay. So then the other thing that you want to do after you maybe take them on your morning routine, something that I like to do is I'm a quote person. So I post up quotes whenever I'm transitioning between lifestyle and business content. And you'll kind of like notice that if you pay attention. So I start off with my business content in the morning of, you know, my aloe glow or my shakes or whatever. Maybe I'll post up a quote. Next thing I'm posting my son, or I'm posting, you know, the way that the sunshine is beaming in through my living room, or I'm posting that I got an Amazon package and I'm posting the Amazon links, and I'm posting whatever, right? Then I'll go back and I'll post another quote, something that I love, something that's inspirational that is going to now lead me into, okay, guys, let's get ready for the day. I just curled my hair and I obviously want these, you know, curls to hold. So I'm going to use this product or that product, and you're going to show them what you're doing, which, you know, you don't necessarily always need to talk about your products when you're using them. I feel like I just had a conversation with my team the other day, and Sophia was asking me, okay, well, you know, how do you bring up your products without, you know, maybe talking about it so much? Or because I'm always like, add more lifestyle, everyone, add more lifestyle. You could literally be talking about what you're about to do that day, but use the products on screen. Share you doing your skincare tutorial, but talk about where you're going. Like, why are you doing your skincare? Why are you doing your makeup? Where are you getting ready to go to? right? If you want to talk about your products while you're doing it, cool, yes, but you can also do both where they're seeing it and you're not talking about it, or they're seeing it and you're talking about it, right? You do a little bit of a tutorial, and then, you know, if someone goes into your DMs and asks you questions, screenshot that, and then next slide, put the link up. Or next slide, put a transformation of what your hair looked like before and what your hair looked like after, right? And then go about your day. Take that gorgeous hair that you just did and go out on the town or wherever you're going and share what you're doing. That is literally how you're going to get people not just invested in the products or the business, but in your lifestyle that the business is added into. I think so many of us really stress about like having like showcasing the products and showcasing the business. But what we need to remember is the business and the products are just a part of us. And really what we should be focusing on is just sharing who we are, building that trust, and how the products and the business incorporate into our lifestyle. Stop trying to make your main focus your business, right? Because if there's people that are watching your stories that know all you post about is business, 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 they're going to be like, tap, 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 swipe, 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 next story. People are nosy. People want to know what you're doing. So they want to see the lifestyle content. And when you sprinkle in business or products here and there, they have to watch it because they want to get to your next slide of what you're doing with your day, right? So when you're going throughout your day, make sure that you have a mix of products, you have a mix of business, and you have a mix of lifestyle. Like, how does this business incorporate into you? Because that's really what people are watching you for. Okay, if they come across Louisa's story, they want to be like, okay, well, Louisa posts that she's going out here and she's partying there, or she's a mom here and she's doing this there. Oh, but her business is coming with her. It's not her business, 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 and then a little snippet of your life. It should be life, 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 snippets of your business and how you can incorporate that into it. Because what people are doing is thinking of how it can incorporate into their lifestyle while watching your lifestyle through the screen. They're always trying to compare. She does this, she does that, okay, and she does this, maybe I can do it too. But if you don't showcase that, you know, you're a mom, or you're going here, or you're going out to dinner, or you're taking a walk with your dog, like, people have nothing to relate to. Because if you just post up a product on a screen, they're not going to be like, oh my God, this product I needed. Like, there's no emotion for that, right? But if you share what it's done, the transformation, what it makes you feel like, that's how you build the emotion. And if people buy with emotions, like Cristi was talking about, that's what leads to a sale, or that's what leads to a BI. So when it comes to the science of sales, it comes back to you, it comes back to your brand, it comes back to your lifestyle and how the products and the business can be incorporated in it so that people can see themselves through your content. Does that make sense? Type a 333 in the chat if you guys feel me. Like, if you understand the science of how to post, when to post, what to be doing, because I see way too many people, and I'm, you know, allow me to be a little harsh mentor right now, if that's cool. But I see way too many people just posting and slapping up the $6 promo, join me now, and nothing else. Or a product that comes on sale and nothing else. If I'm going to be totally brutally honest with you guys, because I love you, that's not going to get you anywhere. Nobody's going to buy your product and nobody's going to join your business by posting up a still post with a link. You have to give them reason. You have to give them connection. You have to give them emotion. So there needs to be some sort of story attached to it for them to be like, okay, this makes sense for me, right? But that's what I have for you guys today. I hope that helps. I hope that you guys got a lot of value from it, and I'm really excited to see more of your stories, to see like how this helps you guys transition and really understand like the science of sales and how to like go throughout your day so that you can really attract the customers you want, the dream beauty influencers you want. Like, it's all possible. It's just going to take that little bit more of effort, that little bit more of a push in order for you to see the results that you want to see, because we're more than capable. So I'm excited and I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Cristi, I don't know if you want to add anything.
I love you, friend. Thank you so much. Drop a heart for Daniela. Well, you probably can do. Let's do a one. Let's do a one for Daniela. So much value. I even learned. I didn't know your schedule. I don't think I was on that call. I didn't know the schedule of it, but that makes total sense. But yeah, Just a little thing that I want to add, which what you just said about posting and praying, which a lot of people do. I know that you see the top leaders do that, but remember, they do have credibility, guys. And I know that we've shared this a lot of times, but if you don't have the credibility that they have, is not gonna be the same, including myself. I took a break for 3 years, so I have to gain people's trust back, right? So yes, we do have to be intentional, do the extra work, have the reach outs, and post. The more that you post, I kid you not, the first few days, if you're brand new, it's a little uncomfortable, but once you start posting, you get to a point that you don't even rewatch your stories, or you stutter, or you say something wrong, and you really just don't care. So the more you do it, the more you get used to it. And by you just being yourself, you give permission to others to also be themselves. And that's so, so inspiring. But I love you. I love that we got straight to the point. We don't have any more calls till next week, but we do have one tonight with Isa, which is going to be great. So I hope to see you guys there. I love y'all. Take care. God bless you. Bye.